Okay, good morning, everyone. So, we are in the discussion of the second unit. That means recollecting all the topics which we have covered in the jet transformations. So, in the previous class, we have seen some of the topics which we have discussed, and later on, we are once again recollecting the last concept of the second unit, that is pulse transfer function. Pulse transfer function. Mainly, this pulse transfer function is also called as the jet transfer function. That means that means it is nothing but taken as the ratio of output divided by the input. That means transformed output to the transformed input. That means jet transformed output to the jet transformed input. But but here comes a condition that all the initial conditions should be assumed as a zero. All the initial conditions are assumed to be zero. Okay, and mainly this pulse transfer function is used for determination and analyzing the stability and performance of the digital control system. And simply, this pulse transfer function can be taken as the jet transform of output divided by input. That means transfer function of the output divided by the transfer function, sorry, jet transform of the output divided by the jet transform of the input. Okay, and later on we have discussed the pulse transfer function regarding to the open loop systems. The pulse transfer function regarding the open loop systems. That means no feedback is going to be connected for the system. No feedback is going to be connected in the system. So in case of the open loop systems, we are going to consider only two different types of open loop systems. That means the discrete system. The first system is nothing but a discrete data system which are cascaded and separated by a sampler. That means let us consider this G1 of S and G2 of S are the two discrete data systems, and these are connected in the cascaded position, and these two are separated by a sampler. This is one type of the open loop system, and we have derived the expression for the pulse transfer function, that is C of Z divided by R of Z. That means here in this case, when the two discrete data systems are connected in cascaded and separated by a sampler, the pulse transfer function for the system is going to be taken as G1 of Z and G2 of Z. G1 of Z into G2 of Z. And similarly, the next open loop system is nothing but the discrete data systems which are connected cascaded but not separated by a sampler. The discrete data systems which are connected in the cascaded but not separated by a sampler. Okay, in this one also G1 of S and G2 of S are the two discrete data systems, and these are connected by the in the cascaded position, but these are not separated by the sampler. In this case, the pulse transfer function can be taken as C of Z divided by R of Z is equal to G1 into G2 of Z. C of Z divided by R of Z is nothing but G1 into G2 of Z. G1 into G2 of Z. Here comes this G1 of Z into G2 of Z is not similar to G1 into G2 of Z. It is quite different from G1 of Z into G2 of Z. Okay, so when the two discrete systems which are connected in the cascaded position and not separated by the sampler, the pulse transfer function for these kind of systems is nothing but G1 into G2 of Z. And then we have stepped into the next concept, that is the pulse transfer function regarding to the closed loop systems. Closed loop systems. So this is the pictorial diagram which is representing the closed loop systems, which is consisting of the G of S, which is in the feedback condition of the H of S. G of S and feedback condition to the H of S. Okay, so so for this one also we are going to frame the pulse transfer function. For this one also we are going to frame the pulse transfer function. That means C of z divided by R of z is going to be calculated for this. Okay. Now, finally, after certain calculations, derivations, we have derived the expression for the pulse transfer function for this kind of the closed loop system is g of z divided by 1 plus g into h of z. G of z divided by 1 plus g into h of z, where g into h of z is nothing but z transformation of g of s and h of s. Okay, so while calculating the pulse transfer function for the closed loop system, different types of the closed loop systems are there. Not only a single closed loop systems, there considers different types of the closed loop systems, different types of the closed loop systems. Okay, so these are the different types of the closed loop data control systems, and the second column is going to be representing the output which is expressed in Z domain. That is the pulse transfer function which is going to be represented in Z domain. Okay, so let us consider this is one type of the closed loop system, and it is another type of the closed systems which is in which it is consisting of the two different samplers, and this is one kind of the closed loop system, and this is another kind of the closed loop system, and this is also another kind of the closed loop systems, and these are the respective pulse transfer functions for different types of the closed loop systems. So before doing any calculation part or for calculating or determination of the pulse transfer function for different kinds of problems, you must be aware of all these kind of outputs. You must be aware of all these outputs which are going to be expressed in Z domain. Okay, in order to perform any problematic solution, that means in order to extract any problematic solution for the closed loop systems, the output has to be represented in this one. So if you are very familiar about these outputs, so that in problems you can solve easily without any derivative or theoretical part. Okay, you can directly apply the formula for this one, and you can extract the pulse transfer function for that particular closed loop systems. Okay, so while observing in the previous university question papers, he has asked only this one. That means uh, one discrete data system which is connected in feedback path to the HFS. Feedback path to the HFS. Okay. Later, we have discussed the important topic, that is the pulse transfer function of a zero order Hall circuit. The pulse transfer function for the zero order Hall circuit. Okay, so it is very, very important, which is used for different calculations of the problems. Okay, so the pulse transfer function for the zero order Hall circuit is nothing but taken as g naught g h naught of z is equal to 1 minus z inverse into z divided by z minus 1. That means in order to apply any kind of the problems, in order to solve any kind of the problems, let us suppose the problem is going to be represented like this. It is a open loop control systems in which the zero order Hall circuit is in the cascaded position to the given system, given discrete system. So in order to solve these kind of the problems with zero order Hall, that means the jet transfer function, pulse transfer function for this one can be taken as C of z divided by R of z is nothing but 1 minus z inverse into z transform of g of s divided by s. That means whenever the in case of any open loop systems, when it is going to be considered a zero order Hall circuit with a discrete data system which is connected in the cascaded position, the pulse transfer function for this kind of the open loop systems is represented as 1 minus z inverse into z transform of g of s divided by s. 1 minus z inverse into z transform of g of s divided by s. Okay, so with this application, we are going to calculate the pulse transfer function for a zero order Hall circuit which is in the cascaded position to the system. Okay, so next we have seen so many problems regarding to the open loop system as well as for the closed loop systems. So let us suppose this is the problem which is going to be representing the open loop systems, a zero order hold circuit which is in the cascaded position to the given system G of S, where G of S is nothing but a discrete data system which is represented by K divided by S into S plus C. K divided by S into S plus C. Okay. So in order to calculate the pulse transfer function for these kind of the systems, we are having an expression that is 1 minus Z inverse into Z transform of G of S divided by S. Okay. So this is the expression which is used for calculation of these kind of problems, where G of S is nothing but K divided by S into S plus C. So we have applied the partial fraction method and we have extracted the Z transformation of G of S divided by S, and it has been multiplied with 1 minus Z inverse, so that we have evolved an equation or an expression for pulse transfer function as K into T divided by A into Z minus 1 minus K into 1 minus e power minus AT divided by Z minus e power minus AT. Okay. So these kind of problems are mainly asked for the 7 marks to 10 marks in our previous university question papers. Okay, these are very, very important regarding the second unit. So after that we have seen, uh, some of the problems regarding to the open loop system as well as for the closed loop systems. Okay, so this is one more problem we have seen, which is going to be representing the open loop system. So in this one, the G of S is given as 1 divided by S into S plus 1. 1 divided by S into S plus 1. So in this one also, the pulse transfer function is going to be extracted as 1 minus Z inverse into Z transform of G of S divided by S. So after that, certain calculations we have developed the pulse transfer function expression, and here in the problem he has mentioned the sampling time capital T as 0.5 seconds. The sampling time capital T as 0.5 seconds. So after extracting the pulse transfer function, just substitute the value of T as equal to 0.5, so that we are going to get the overall pulse transfer function for the system. So after the problems regarding the open loop systems, we have entered into the closed loop system problems. So this is the diagram which is going to be representing the closed loop systems. In this one, it is a simple closed loop systems in which the feedback path, the H of S, is going to be taken as unity, and he has given only the G of S value. So for these kind of problems, what is the expression for the pulse transfer function, that is G of S divided by G of S divided by H of Z? It is nothing but Z transformation of G of S divided by 1 plus G of S. So this is the expression, G of S divided by 1 plus G of S. So after that we are going to applying the Z transformation for this one. Why? Because the Z transform is going to be applied only for G of S. Why? Because there is no zero order hold circuit for this. Okay. So after that calculations, we have extracted the expression for the pulse transfer function regarding to the closed loop system, and this is the expression which is going to be representing the pulse transfer function for the closed loop systems. And later on we have moved into the another kind of the problem. So that is, it is also a closed loop systems in which the discrete data system is in the cascaded position to the zero order hold circuit. Okay, so in this one also the feedback path is unity, and the G of S is going to be considered as the cascaded position of zero order hold and G of S. That means the G of S, total G of S, is nothing but the combination of G naught into G of S. So for this particular evaluating process, it is nothing but 1 minus Z inverse into Z transform of G of S divided by S. After that we have calculated, that means the total overall pulse transfer function for this kind of system is nothing but Z transform of G naught into G of S divided by 1 plus Z transform of G naught into G into H of S. So after that we have derived the expressions for the transformation of a zero order whole circuit which is in the cascaded position to the system. And after that we have evaluated the expression for y of z divided by r of z, that is nothing but the pulse transfer function. Pulse transfer function. So in the problem itself he has asked us to extract the expression for the difference equation. Extract the expression for the difference equation. So after obtaining the values of y of z divided by r of z and just cross multiplying these two and applying the inverse z transform, we are going to obtain the difference equation for the particular closed loop systems. Okay. In the similar manner, we have also derived one more problem, and here the g of s value is nothing but taken as 1 by s square. 1 by s square. So in this one also the same procedure has been calculated. That means adopted, and we have derived the expression for the y of z divided by x of z, and after that we are going to cross multiply this, and we have extracted with the application of the inverse Z transform, we have extracted the difference equation for the particular closed loop system. Okay, so these are the different kind of the problems regarding to the pulse transfer function. So with this we have completed the second unit. Now we will see what are the previous university questions given regarding to the unit 2. Okay, so let me share that previous university question papers, and I am able to find only R13 syllabus. R13 syllabus question papers. Yeah, so this is the previous university question papers. So this is the question paper regarding to the 2020. Sorry, this is the question paper regarding to the 2020. So regarding the second unit, we are going to second question, that is obtain the Z transform for the ramp function. Obtain the Z transform for the ramp function, that is nothing but 1 by s. 1 by s, that is t into z divided by z minus 1 whole square. And coming to the essay questions, it is nothing but determine the Z transform for the following. F of s is equal to s into 8 into s plus 1 divided by s into s plus 2. F of s is equal to 1 divided by s square into s plus 2, and f of t is equal to t into sine omega t. So we can adopt for these two problems, first and second problem, we can adopt the partial fraction Z transformation method, that is the partial fraction expression, or a residue method. But for the calculation of f of t, it is represented as a continuous function. That means t has to be replaced with k into capital T. Small t had to be replaced as k into capital T. Okay, so this is the first question, which is asked for the 9 marks. And next one is derive the inverse Z transform for 4z square minus z divided by z cube minus 3z square plus 7z minus 1. So for determination of the inverse Z transform, you can adopt any kind of method, that is the partial fraction method, residue method, or long division method. Long division method. Okay. So after that, we have seen one more problem, that is, so this is the difference equation which is given, and we need to find out the Z transfer function or the pulse transfer function for the system. Y of k plus 2 plus 2 into y of k minus 1 plus 3 y of k is equal to u of k plus 1 plus 4 into u of k. So here he has given a condition, that is assuming all the initial conditions are 0. Initial conditions are 0. Okay. So applying the Z transform and equating y of z divided by x of z, we are going to get the pulse transform. So after that, So this is the closed loop circuit. This is the closed loop circuit, and we need to find out the pulse transfer function for this one. G of z value, D of z value he has given, zero order whole circuit, and this is the G of s value, and the feedback path he has given as unit. We need to derive the pulse transfer function for these kind of system. Okay, so this is one set of previous university question paper regarding to the 2020. Now we have entered into the 2019 question paper. So in this one, what is the shifting theorem of the Z transform, which is asked for the 2 marks. That means shifting theorem means shifting property of the Z transform, right shift and left shift. Right shift means time advance, left shift means time delay. That means Z transform of t plus a, sorry, t plus n or t minus n. Okay, so this is the 2 marks question. And next, for the essay questions, obtain the pulse transfer function for the system g of s is equal to 1 minus e power minus ts divided by s into 1 divided by s into s plus 1. That means it is nothing but the cascaded position of the zero order whole circuit with the g of s. Okay, that means in order to obtain the pulse transfer function, c of z divided by r of z is nothing but 1 minus z inverse into g of s divided by s. And after that, he has asked us to calculate the inverse z transform. Okay, so f of z he has given, and you can apply any kind of the method, that is the partial fraction method, residue method, or long division method. Okay, so this is one the first set of questions regarding the first question. Coming for the second set, the 2 marks questions is here. Find the inverse z transform of az divided by z minus a whole square. Az divided by z minus a whole square. And coming for the essay question, state and explain the following theorems of the Z transform. That is the initial value theorem and final value theorem. That means we have to derive the expression for the f of 0 and f of infinity. So after that, he has asked us to calculate the pulse transfer function of the digital control system is given by g of z. Find the complete solution to the unit step input and assume that initial conditions are 0. That means this is the in this one he has asked us to calculate the pulse transfer function of the system. He has given directly g of z value. Find the complete solution to the unit step function. That means you have to take the unit step function as an input and consider the initial conditions are 0, and you have to derive the expression for the pulse transfer function. Coming for the next set, obtain the Z transform for the sine omega t. So here he has asked us to calculate the Z transform in terms of the small t, that is continuous time signal. So the t, in order to convert the continuous time signal into discrete, you have to convert that, replace small t with k into capital T. And after that, he has asked for the essay question, that is using the Z transform solve the equation given below. Okay, so this is the expression which is given, and here he has asked us to assume the initial conditions, that is x of 0 is equal to 0 and x of 1 is 1. And he has asked us next, explain the procedure for obtaining the pulse transfer function of the closed loop circuit. That means you have to derive the expression for c of z divided by r of z for a closed loop system. So after that, he has asked us to calculate the pulse transfer function for the system. So this is the system, and this is the zero order Ford circuit, and this is the G of S value, and he has also given the t value as 0.4 seconds. So this is the closed loop systems, and we have to calculate the pulse transfer function for these kind of the system. And this is the last set. So the 2 marks question asked is for 2019 set 4, state initial and final value theorem. In the previous set he has asked for 7 marks. In this set he has asked us for 4 marks. Okay, state initial and final value theorem, that is f of 0 and f of infinity. And coming for the essay questions, he has asked to find the inverse Z transform for 1 by z minus a whole square and 2 divided by 2z minus 1 whole square. And explain the procedure for obtaining the pulse transfer function of the open loop transfer system. That means two different discrete data systems are there. That means two discrete G1 of S and G2 of S are connected in cascaded position, which are separated by the sampler and which is not separated by the sampler. We have two open loop systems, and you can explain any of these open loop systems for obtaining the pulse transfer function for the open loop type of system. So this is the expression which is used for determination of the pulse transfer function. It is the zero order Ford circuit, and this is G of S divided by G of S value. So all these are in the cascaded position, and you have to apply the pulse transfer function that is G of S divided by R of Z. G of Z divided by R of Z. Okay. So this is the last set for 2019. Now we will see the questions regarding to the 2018. So this is the set 1. Here he has asked us obtain the Z transform of x of t is equal to 1 by a into 1 minus e power minus at. Z transform for 1 minus e power minus at divided by a. Okay. So coming to the essay questions, he has asked that given the Z transform, that is x of z, is 1 minus e power minus at divided by z minus 1 into z minus e power minus at. So where a is a constant and t is the sampling period, determine the Z transform, that is x of kt, by using the partial fraction method. Here he has asked directly to determine the inverse Z transform using only the partial fraction method. So you have to obtain the expression for the partial fraction method only. And after that he has asked us the input output of a sample data system is described by the difference equation y of k plus 2 plus 3 into y of k plus 1 into 4 into y of k is equal to r of k. Determine the pulse transfer function with the initial conditions, that is y of 0 is equal to 0 and y of 1 is equal to 1. So here he has asked us to determine the pulse transfer function with initial conditions. So while discussing about the second unit, I am always telling that if he has asked us to calculate the pulse transfer function, it is nothing but the Z transfer function, obtaining the expression for y of z divided by r of z with the consideration of the initial conditions. Okay. So coming for the next set, so obtain the Z transform of x of t is equal to t square into e power minus at. T square into e power minus at. So next one, obtain the Z transform of the following in the closed form. That means f1 of z, f2 of z, and f3 of z. Inverse Z transform has to be find out. You can use any kind of the method for determination of these kind of the problems. So this is the closed loop system. 1 minus e power minus ts divided by s into 10 divided by s into 10 divided by s plus 10. It is a open loop systems which is in the cascaded position of a zero order Ford circuit. That means the pulse transfer function can be obtained as 1 minus z inverse into g of s divided by s. And coming for the third set, that is find the Z transform for the function f of t is equal to t into sine omega t. So here also he has asked us to determine the Z transform, and the t is represented as small t. So in order to convert the continuous into discrete, the small t has to be replaced with k into capital T. K into capital T. Coming for the essay questions, so obtain the inverse Z transform for the function x of z and x of z. Okay, you can use any kind of the method for determination of these kind of the problems. And he has asked, write the difference equation governing the system g of s is equal to 1 by s plus 1 as shown in the figure. So we need to determine, not only we have to determine the pulse transfer function. After the determination of the pulse transfer function, we have to determine the difference equation. So this is the circuit which is going to be representing that one. It is a closed loop system in which the g of s is in the cascaded position to the zero order pole circuit. Okay. And after that also he has asked one more problem, that is it is a closed loop systems in which the g of s value is given as k divided by s into s plus 2. K divided by s into s plus 2. Coming for the last set of 2018 paper, find the Z transform of x of k is equal to sigma h is equal to 0 to k a power h. And coming for the essay questions, by using the inverse integral method, obtain the Z transform, inverse Z transform. So this method is not there in our syllabus. And after that, he has asked us to determine the pulse transfer function. Not only the pulse transfer function, difference equation with g of s is equal to 1 by s square. Okay. So this is the system which is going to be representing the zero order pole circuit along with in the cascaded position of the g of s, which is going to be given, taken as a closed loop system. Okay, not only determination of the c of z divided by r of z, after that we have to determine the difference equation also. So these are the 2018 paper. Now we are going into the 2017 regular paper. Okay, so coming for the set 1, what are the properties of the linearity of Z transform? Linearity of the Z transform means this is the property regarding to the addition and subtraction. Addition and subtraction. F of t plus or minus f1 of t is less or minus f2 of t is nothing but f1 of z plus or minus f2 of z. And coming for the essay questions, define Z transform and calculate the Z transform of the system having the transfer function f of s. That is f of s is equal to 1 divided by 1 plus 2s. And solve the difference equation using the Z transform with the consideration of the initial conditions. With the consideration of the initial condition. That means you have to determine x of z only. Why? Because output is given, not input. And he has asked us this one. This is the diagram which is used for the calculation of the pulse transfer function. This is the zero order pole circuit, and this is the g of s value. Okay, and this is the closed loop circuit which is used for determination of the pulse transfer. Coming for the second set, what are the limitations of Z transform? Limitations of Z transform. And obtain the Z for essay questions. Obtain the Z transform of the following function f of s, and for this one also you can use the partial fraction expansion or the residue method and solve for y of k, that is y of k is equal to r of k minus r of k minus 1 minus y of k minus 1, and he has given the initial conditions y of minus 1 and r of minus 1 is equal to 0. So these kind of problems is not discussed, it is not in our syllabus. And coming for the third set, state and explain the shifting theorem of the jet transform, that is the right shift or left shift, time delay or time abundance. And obtain the jet transform for the function x of k is equal to a power h. In the previous university question 2018, it is asked for 4 marks. Here he has asked for 8 marks. So next one is obtain the inverse jet transform for the following function, that is f of z. Okay, you can use any kind of the method. And next one he has asked, it is a difference equation and you have to determine the expression, that is y of z divided by u of z with the consideration of the initial conditions. And after that determination, you have to substitute the value of capital T is equal to 0.8 seconds. And this is the fourth set of university paper. State initial and final values of the jet transform. And next one, this is the essay question. Given the discrete function, determine the pulse transfer function. Pulse transfer function is nothing but jet transfer function. That is, you have to determine the value of y of z divided by q of z. And after that, you have to determine the inverse jet transform of the closed loop form. Okay. So this is one type of the system which is going to be given, and you have to determine the pulse transfer function for these kind of the system. This is the zero order pole circuit, and this is the g of s value, and this is the closed loop network. Okay, so this is the 2017 regular paper, and coming for the supply paper, what are the limitations of the jet transform method? And coming for the essay questions, so this is the difference equation, and you need to determine the pulse transfer function, that is y of z divided by r of z. And after that you have to determine the inverse jet transform for the function. Okay. And here this is the one type of the circuit which is used to determine the pulse transfer function for the closed loop system. This is the zero order circuit, and this is the g of s value. Okay. So these are the different university question papers which are asked in the year 2017. This is the supplementary paper, and this is the regular paper, and this is the 2018 paper. This is 2019 paper. So while seeing these questions, you must be able to solve all the problems. That means with certain practice only you are able to solve these kind of problems. Okay, so try to get practice. Why? Because these concepts has been already studied by you in your third year first semesters in the subject signals and systems. Okay, so try to practice these kind of the problems and secure good marks. Okay, so in the next class we will discuss, or we will start the third unit. The third unit is nothing but which is going to be deals with the concepts such as determination of the state transition matrix and determining the stability with the help of controllability and observability. Okay, so we will start in the next class. So with this I am going to wind up the class for today. Thank you everyone, have a nice day.